First, I'd like to thank the Gateway Chamber of Commerce and all the organizers, Jim and his team, for putting on this wonderful debate. I want to thank Congressman Leonard Lance for participating in this debate. Thank you, Congressman. And I want to thank each and every single one of you for being here this morning. Let me start off with a story. My parents came to the United States from India in 1986, and when they arrived, they just had $20 in their pockets, hearts full of hope, and a 6-month-old baby in their arms, me. They were able to establish a small family business. We do security systems, alarms, and cameras. They purchased a beautiful home in the township of Union, right here in Union County. They were able to put their children through college, and I was able to get my master's in social work from Washington University in St. Louis, the top-ranking social work program in the country. I came back home the very next day after graduating because I knew I wanted to serve here. And as a social worker, although the faces and the voices were different, the stories remained the same. The families who had to work 2 or 3 jobs, who had to take pay cuts to keep those jobs after the recession, but still did not make ends meet. Our veterans who served our nation, but ended up jobless, homeless, and suffering from PTSD. Our senior citizens who literally had to choose between food and life-saving medication every week. And although many of us are not in these dire conditions, we see the challenges all of us face. Our infrastructure is crumbling. Our roads, our bridges, our waterways. The bridge in Rocky Hill is still out, and there's a road to nowhere in Hillsborough. Just traversing down 78 and 22 like Congressman did this morning, you could see our roads are in dire despair. I was out in Warren County yesterday, and there's much need for broadband internet and wireless connectivity. The Gateway Tunnel, we need to end that delay. We saw what happened in Hoboken earlier this month when a train derailed. It is no wonder why the American Society of Civil Engineers downgraded us from a C to a D. The AFL-CIO, to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, to the IMF have all stated that we need to invest in our infrastructure. And when we talk about infrastructure, we cannot neglect building this infrastructure environmentally friendly and sustainably. Folks, climate change is not a hoax invented by the Chinese, as Donald Trump states. It is a reality, and there's one candidate who stands here who unequivocally opposes the Penn East and Pilgrim pipelines. We have some of the leading solar panel integrators in all the East Coast right here in the state of New Jersey, including our 7th district in Flemington. But we can't address these challenges. We can't address gun safety. We can't address healthcare, education without getting to the crux of the issue, and that is our broken campaign finance system. There is a tsunami of money that floods the pockets of politicians and drowns out the voters' voices. For far too long, special interests have been put above the public's interests. And as a son of immigrants who was raised in a small business and as a social worker, I am that public servant to return the public back to public service. Let's make a democracy and an economy that works for each and every single one of us.